So, the WTFund Bootcamp.
Yeah, looks like it's happening.
Yes, the WTFund Bootcamp is happening.
Most good founders will be largely driven by their own thoughts. Most good founders are never doing the what is the current advice or what is the current YC yarn to people. That's for mass consumption. That's content strategy. That's not a good advice on average.
Yeah, I think I really resonated with Tarun and what he said, right? Apart from that, two sessions, like the Gallup session and the breakthrough session, they were really hands-on in the sense of like individualization as well as a team, right? So that is something that is really, really interesting.
Extremely creepy, but I have to make a PPT where I have to teach a thing that I've learned in my life, which is
stone, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
We started with 3,000 applications, shortlisted 200, and now we finally have our next 8 startups.
I'm very excited.
I think I've been having back and forth by simulating Nikhil's persona in my head and then talking to him in my head so that I could figure out what to speak with him.
Guys, thank you for coming home. I hope Goa outside of me is fun as well. Who has had the best night last night?
I had fun.
Yeah?
Devansh, come on.
It's always the married men who have fun in Goa, right? What did you do?
We were just chilling.
Yeah?
And we had gone for Elephant and Co. But we got drunk on the way.
So we all need to ignore the cameras today. We'll look at each other. We'll speak to each other. Forget the camera. You forget Grace. He's not going to trouble you. Very, very chilled out. Most friendly dog in the world. He's doing salute and namaste behind you.
Maybe by the end of podcast, we'll be friends.
Yeah. Once you feed him a bit, he's okay. So a lot of what you guys are doing is exceptional and I've been privy to some of it. But maybe we begin today. I'll go one by one. You guys can talk about what you've built and what is the way forward. And maybe talk about a trend that you picked up on and hence you decided to build what you built. Would you like to go first? Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Yeah? Come on.
Yeah, so I'm Sushant.
Yeah.
And with me is my co-founder Shubham.
Hey.
And we're building Prava payments. So what we're trying to do is we allow any AI agents or AI applications to make payments for you. What we're building is an infrastructure that can be integrated by any AI application or AI assistants. And that would allow your AI agent to go make a booking for you or even do shop for you or maybe make payments on your behalf using your card or wallet securely.
Yeah, and how we came across this was we have been seeing people not going traditionally on Google for searching now for information. People were using a lot of ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. So they were all information was there, but also people were building agents. But when it came to actions were limited to writing an email, creating a to-do list or something. But when it came to an action which required a financial action like paying someone, it halted. So that's where we realized that there is a financial infrastructure missing when it comes to AI making payments. And that's how we came across the idea. And we started a few pilots with few developers and we got phenomenal response. And now we are coming to a stage where we are going into production next month.
And how did you guys meet and where are you from?
So I am from Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh. I'm in the political place, obviously. Grown up there, studied there, and then I went on to do. I studied from BHU economics over there, And post that, I was pretty much interested in general understanding that how money moves and how things are done. And I started consulting startups with financial modeling and everything. And in that bit, while working on different stuff, I met Shubham in Bangalore itself at a hacker house. And at that time, he was working with a Japanese startup. And obviously, you can tell by his look, he's pretty fascinated by it. So, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I like Japanese culture. I was asked to relocate to Japan to join them full time. But what happened, I went to Japan. I realized life is sort of very organized in Japan. And I felt being in my 20s, I need to be closer to problems which I can find and solve. So I decided to come back to India and do something of my own.
He has an AI girlfriend, by the way.
Really?
He made an ego.
Yeah?
So, I mean,
This is happening, right? People are not dating human beings, right? I'm sorry you got married.
And
You like just missed it.
Just missed it.
Yeah. Why is an AI girlfriend better than a real one?
I mean, she understands me better.
No, but the point is, she consumes a lot of tokens. She doesn't respond on time. We have seen that night.
But she responds though. She doesn't
She's
complain that I do.
always available.
She's like, at least I get a response there.
He gets to save emotional tokens.
We actually
how it
built an
works.
AI girlfriend.
So
We
yeah,
actually built an AI girlfriend for like tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India, and like made some good money, like 50,000-60,000 a month. So, and a lot of people actually don't know that it's AI.
I'm having creepy thoughts in my mind.
mine's is different. Mine's is-
Yeah. So
Are you
it's-
both speaking about the same kind of girl?
No.
No, he has his own.
Yeah,
And he coded for others.
And one day he just calls me, like we were working on a product and everything, and he's like, bro, I'm just working on this. And he's been talking about it for really long, I would say even before we started Prava. And he was being like, okay.
And that's why you decided, let's start a company together.
I mean, starting company was more like we both complemented each other a lot in terms of skills, and it was pretty fun just sharing ideas. It was never like we're going to start a company. It was more like I was dealing with some clients in US. He was dealing with some clients in Japan, and we were like getting money in India is super hard, and that's how we started getting into like how can we solve this with using stablecoin and everything. That idea did not work out. But meanwhile, we were doing some GTM using AI tools, launching on Reddit and different places, and that's where we're like, we have all seen Jarvis in Iron Man. Why not make something like that real, that you ask your AI assistant or AI agent and it does whatever you want it to do?
Tell me very simply what your company does in very, very simple words.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing.
How will I use it in my life?
Yeah, so what will happen is the AI application, AI agents like let's say Perplexity kind of application will integrate Prava. And when you enter in an application like that, you will let's say get onboarded on behalf of let's say Perplexity's interface. And there you will add your card or wallet. There we'll be behind the scenes, you will not know about Prava then. But what happens is, let's suppose you search for that, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so sneaker, and you compare and search on Perplexity or any place.
And why can't a normal wallet integrate with Perplexity? Why does it have to be you?
Yeah, so I'm coming to that part. So basically what happens is right now when you search for any product on any AI assistant or AI application, they're limited to discovery. Which means you only find the product. Once you have to buy, you'll click on it and it will take you to some third-party merchant website. Let's say it's H&M, Zara or wherever. Now you're going on that website, filling all the product details, your address and card details, and then making a payment. So like whatever could be a 3-step process is becoming a 7-step process, and you're going out of Perplexity's ecosystem.
But why can't Perplexity integrate with a Razorpay, for example?
Sure. So the issue is that here the payments are happening in 2 steps. 2 processes are here. One is on the Perplexity side, and as well the merchant, where merchants have their own gateways. So here is like no standard where on the Perplexity side being Razorpay and on the merchant side being Stripe, they could actually talk to each other and the payment can happen. So here a dedicated stack for AI is needed. That's where we are coming into picture. So we are becoming PSP agnostic. So Perplexity has to just integrate with us, and any merchant in the world, it can be Stripe, Eden, Checkout.com, any PSP they are using on the merchant side, we are able to process payment.
And nobody's doing this?
Very few companies.
Very few companies. At least in Southeast Asia, we are one of the only companies doing this. And in US, there are a few companies like Paymania, Skyfire,
But can you facilitate payments outside of India, or are you limited?
Currently, this product that we're working on is for the US and Southeast Asia market. India not included in that right now. And for India market, we're also working on something exciting with UPI with some of the partners. So that will be coming sometime later next year.
And what is your company called?
Prava Payments.
Okay. Cool. Who wants to go next? Yeah, sure. She's the most scared and being brave.
You.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jayanti, founder of Astraeus Innovus. My co-founder is not here, sadly. She fell sick. And we are developing OncoAlert. It is IVD. It's a nanotech-based biosensing platform for early, easy, painless, needleless detection of oral cancer. So that's what it does.
Tell us a bit about yourself, how you came across this idea.
Okay.
Why did you start what you started?
Okay. So I think the main inflection point for this came during my internship. I was posted in Dhulai. I also didn't know what place that was. It's a tiny village in Assam.
Before that, where were you? Where did you go to medical school?
So I did my bachelor's in Assam, Amritsar. Then you have to do an internship. It is mandatory. If you graduate from medical government colleges, you have to do a rotatory, mandatory rural posting. And it was in Dhulai where I was posted. And we were supposed to do door-to-door screening of entire village. If I train you for 2 weeks and then I ask you to look at a person's oral cavity and detect the microscopic changes in their buccal mucosa, would you be able to? Doubtful, right? Because that is what is the current practice.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, simply put, the detection of oral cancer currently is just visual screen, naked eyes. There's no tool, there's no devices. You are just supposed to look with naked eyes and detect microscopic changes. That's why the accuracy rate is almost as good as a flip of a coin, around 50-60%. And it's manual, it's laborious, and so government's policy says everyone above 30 years of age, anyone who smokes, anyone who consumes tobacco is supposed to be screened for oral cancer.
But you know, this number in my age group 20 years ago, I'm not that old, I'm 39, but say 15 years ago, I would assume at least 50% of the group would smoke.
Yeah, it has fallen down.
Crazy.
Yeah. But it has fallen in only metros. If you look at tier 3, tier 4, tobacco chewing, areca nut is cultural. It's like women, kids, everyone do it. In Assam, where I was posted, kids used to get areca nut, which is one of the carcinogens, and they used to eat it. It's just like very culturally ingrained. So I'm no quant, but off the top of my head, that population number is around 70-80 crores. Everyone about 30 years of age getting everything. And those should be screened for oral cancer. That's what the policy itself says. So what I was trying to get is like, how are we supposed to screen 70 crore people manually, visually? It's not possible or scalable at all.
Right.
And something I think with your talk with Mr. Nandan Nilikani also stressed on, when you are trying to build for population level interventions, building for billions, you actually have to make it so that it works across the barriers. There's no electricity, it should work. So while we were designing the technology, people do like, okay, it should work on these conditions. We took the paper, stashed it should work despite anything. Electricity is not that great. No trained people, no lab, no infra. It should work. If nothing else works, it still works. So that was the...
What does your company do in one line?
We develop innovative products for healthcare, for currently screening oral cancer.
Just oral cancer?
Yeah, because that's the use case we're working on right now.
Reliance is starting a screening company, right?
Reliance.
It's all over the news.
Reliance also partners with Kiran Mazumdar's ma'am. They are also working on this domain as well. They are also developing technologies, rolling out screening and all. So it's picking up because people are realizing preventive care needs investment. That's the way forward. But it will have to be in a very India-specific way, not the way North America does. They do preventive prostate prostate checking for prostate cancers and all. But we can't do that in India. You'll have to be very creative. The technology will also have to be very creative in a way that Indian population will buy. We are not very health. We don't spend much on health.
But who would buy? Like if you say you're doing is it a home test or do you have to?
Yeah, you can do it.
How much does it cost?
Around about $150.
Who will voluntarily buy a oral cancer detection test in India?
Yes, immediately none. It will have to be a graph. That's why we'll roll out in partnership with small hospitals, chains, get it included into your insurance, and then the adoption will pick up.
So you're a B2B business?
Initially, but we aim to be so that you can get a cigarette 2 steps from your house, even if it's the remotest space. Why not that distribution can be cracked?
That's true for everything. You can buy a bottle of whiskey down the road. Doesn't mean there's a liver cancer test there.
I'm saying if you have a problem as close to that, you can have a solution as well.
Does life play out like that in your experience?
No, that is quite an ambitious thing that I said. That is where we aim to be. But no, it currently, looking at the Indian healthcare infrastructure and the way healthcare moves in India, it's not. So that's why we'll have to be very creative with the way we integrate into market, with partnerships with insurance companies and all, finding out business ways.
Nice. Okay, thank you. Who's next?
I can.
Yeah? Whoever raises their hands first when a question is asked. Did you sit on the first bench when you were in school?
Actually, the last one.
Did you get good marks?
Yeah.
Did you get good marks? First rank, second rank?
First, top 3 top.
Same? Yeah, same? Oh, wow. Same?
To sit at the, almost close to back.
Which college did you go to?
I went to NIT Jalandhar.
And?
I went to BHU.
Right.
I was last bencher.
You don't look like a last bencher.
Yeah. I used to be in top 3.
The married man could be the back bencher.
He looks like the one who will be logged in, and he is actually the kind of person who logs in.
Logged in, 2 screens, one side Japanese something.
Actually true. It's actually true. He has a figurine.
Oh?
I mean, like a normal anime character.
Hey, your AI girlfriend is also a real thing, or is it just a thing which lives online?
It's on my screen. It's not on any cloud also. So all the context memory.
There's nothing physical anywhere, right?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
And by the way, Sushant's also an artist.
Yeah, he's been admiring the art.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love the artworks. You have FN Souza and Gemini Law and all that, so I love them. Actually, I also saw one of your artworks in that was exhibit. I think so. Last year there was an exhibition at C.V. Raman's house there. So I think so. One of them is from there. I saw it.
I collect art. I'll show you upstairs later. There's a lot.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All Indian art.
Yeah, I can see that.
Feel like the Indian art scene is finally it's having its day in the sun.
Yes.
It's past the time that it should have. Please go on. From IIT, first rank in school, but has a little edgy thing going on with a earring. Rebel face came late. Can I make you any more nervous than you are?
He's also married.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually good looking, but doesn't want to come to terms with it. Now he's conscious and blushing. What does your wife do?
She's a rocket scientist in ISRO. Actually, I was too. So that's how we met.
Why are you not married?
I'm like 23, so like.
And you too?
And I'm still like not sure how I feel about marriage yet. So.
Don't say it to get into his good books.
Are they happy really? The rocket scientists and your
It's
other
been
friend?
2 weeks for him.
Yeah. Wow. Just married.
And like, I mean, he's pretty happy.
And no wonder he had the most fun in Goa last night. Go on, tell us what you do.
The 3 of us are from the same company, Maulik and Devansh.
So you 3 worked together for how long now?
Around 7 months.
How did you meet?
So basically what had happened was Swapnil had come to validate an idea via a mutual friend in healthcare. And we started talking, we collaborated over a lot of research with a lot of universities in India and outside India as well. And then we realized that the research that we are doing can translate into a product. And that's how, we started building stuff. Maulik I met by coincidence. His uncle was my professor of surgery, and he just happened to be in the room while we were discussing a project. And we met in the evening, and it's not like, we met, started the startup instantly after that. It was over time, I iterated multiple times, brainstormed, and all 3 of us were gravitated towards healthcare. So that's how we started.
So doctor, rocket scientist and?
Engineer.
Why? So boring. So what did you guys ideate and what did you start?
So in one line, we are a low-cost AI-based operating system for diagnostic labs, and we provide personalized treatment and drug recommendations for cancer patients. For context, a radiology scan will tell you where the problem is, right? But pathology will tell you what it is and what kind of treatment should be required by the patient. And let's take the example of breast cancer. Once a lump is detected in a mammogram, after that a tissue biopsy is done, right? A tissue sample is extracted and a physical glass slide is created. And the way it is analyzed currently in most diagnostic labs in the world is manually. So a pathologist sits with his microscope at his desk, places the glass slide under the microscope and studies, like it tries to interpret it. But what this leads to is a large turnaround time, and interpreted results are subject to the expertise of the pathologist. So if they are like an expert in a very senior person, they can interpret it in a really better manner. And also, most of these times, the results can be inconclusive. Further tests could be required. So in these cases, I think what my friend here is mentioning, it's a molecular test. So in cases where molecular testing is required, it's currently very expensive and limited to like ultra elite tier 1 centers in India. And most people in tier 2 and tier 3 cities where they reside, pathologists there may not have the expertise to even do a first pass test. And they are forced to move to these tier 1 cities carrying their blocks and tissue slides. So what we have built is, like I said, it's an operating system. So it's a software and AI-based solution which can digitize glass slides and run AI algorithms on it in real time. So basically it will capture a live feed coming from the microscope and create images from that, and pathologists can run various AI algorithms to interpret those images. And this could give a very detailed analysis so that even a clinician could act better and provide the right treatment or drug therapy to that patient, which will work for him.
Treatment or detect the right way?
So see, in cancer, as diagnosis progresses further, to recommend a proper drug therapy, the relevant biomarker needs to be detected. So there would be a list of biomarkers which could get activated, so to say. In breast cancer, there could be like hundreds of biomarkers, and for each of these biomarkers, there's a set treatment regimen. So I need to first understand what kind of these biomarkers are activated. After that, I can treat that patient and give the drug which will work for that biomarker.
You're not talking chemotherapy, radiation.
I'll get a little technical. So like these biomarkers are, let's say, expressed on the cell. I'll give targeted therapies that attach to that antigen and then kill those cells. So I can't start a treatment till the time I know what kind of genes are getting expressed.
Interesting. I've met a few doctors recently for specifically breast cancer because somebody in my family had it. Is it close to a cure in any way? No.
It will help to do the diagnosis. The cure depends on, is a drug available for the said diagnosis or not.
Did you mean cure AI by any chance, or like?
No, cure is CURE.
Oh, okay, I thought he's talking about cure.
So it can it's the entire diagnosis process.
Right. So you both are in diagnosis. What do you think of her company and what do you think of theirs? If your friend with the AI girlfriend had $100 to put into either your company or theirs, where should he put it?
How is he evaluating? Does he want to have the maximum impact? Then it will be...
He wants to make money.
It is just the ROI thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still us.
Maybe we can make the rest of the room vote. Put you guys on the spot. Oral cancer, raise your hand. $100.
Also, we have a compression algorithm, just take it out.
Now you're going to be bite.
So like...
We've done the pilot. We've had good results. And
we have multiple pilots with a lot of institutes going on across India.
The topmost in India.
Yeah.
Okay, oral cancer votes, raise your hand.
$60.
No, 100. Binary.
Binary.
100.
Can I go twice? 50-50?
No, once. You can only go once. Huh?
$100.
Okay.
I'm noting who has not.
Oh.
The engineer, rocket scientist and doctor?
So every other cancer.
Yeah. We're making it like roadies.
Today feels like such a day.
Get them to Goa and then...
Oh yeah.
Their system of detecting early detection, if works, then can be scaled into any country without having a test particularly sold on a medical store or something, which is digitization, and then algorithm will work for it. While distribution of the kits is extremely difficult, distributing software is easy. So if you had to bet on distribution, then
No wonder he's popular on Twitter.
I sat with them and like told
He
them
explains
exactly
things
what to,
well. How would you say it in a viral manner?
what
to get
they do.
traction, yeah.
One-liner, I think we detect cancer early and save your life.
That's so plain.
That's more of a
Add some controversy crime.
We detect cancer early before your doctor.
Detecting cancer is as easy as swiping right on Tinder.
Again.
He's
Not
stuck
that
on that.
It's more about like all the patients are not the same. So like what we are going towards is more personalized care.
And precision care.
Yeah.
Yeah, both the fields are very different. They are in personalized medicine. Ours is more public health oriented.
Yeah, like screening is like phase one
Yeah.
of like even like so ideally if someone detects oral cancer over there,
We'll
comes
come
to
to it.
us then and then we give the
For a
treatment.
precise histopath diagnosis and the treatment for and then prognosis and everything.
We actually made a full storyline of how all the startups fitting together in their journey.
Starting is very bad. Collaboration, not competition.
Maybe all of you can combine and build a company. Not all of you, but the four of you. Okay, who's next?
Actually, these guys have been waiting for.
Yeah.
That's okay. Go.
No, go for it.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Shradipto and I'm with Shisho. We are childhood friends and we are building a AI layer for wearables starting off with earbuds. So imagine like you must have had like AirPods or earbuds, but all you do with that is listening to music or take phone calls. But what if it could do more? Like even you're focusing on your work, if there's a reminder, there's an important email, it tells you, right? You need to book your food. It is there. Hey, you want me to book a?
It tells you while it's in your ear.
Yeah.
What about when it's not in your ear?
So it's meant to be.
Hey, wait a minute. My earbuds right now speak out whatever calendar notifications I get anyway,
Yeah.
right?
So we are more, think of it like this, like we are the Android for earbuds, like that. Like we are making all the integration, so you can order from a Swiggy or a Zomato. You can book your cab from a Uber, so stuff like that. So you don't need to.
But
open
wouldn't
the app.
Uber build that for Uber and Swiggy for Swiggy?
Yeah. So essentially, these are integrations that we are going to do, right? I mean, right now we are building the integrations, but later on, when we have a like significant scale of developers or service providers, we can go to the developers and ask them to build on top of us. So that's the idea.
How is it different from a traditional earbud?
Okay, so a traditional earbud, like a Bluetooth earbud, if you speak, like say a noise or a boat, so you use them just to listen to music, right? So we are gonna enable them with these facilities. That's the idea.
Voice or buttons?
It's voice. Yeah, it's voice first because we feel with AI, voice is going to become the primary sort of interface, and display is going to become the secondary interface, and that is like the most natural way of using technology because engineers or say coders are also now using voice to sort of vibe code. I mean, with Whisper Pro and all these AI applications coming up for consumers, so I think voice is going to be one of the primary more sort of interfaces.
So even we use that in office. So we have stopped typing. We press two buttons and we speak to her, and it's able to type that at a very accurate manner. And even a lot of people, what they're doing is they're pressing the hands-free mode. They're just talking on what they're building and they're putting into the AI and it codes for them.
The most impressive part is the punctuation. It gets the punctuation right. It's obviously voice to text, and they just launched their India-specific pricing, which is fairly affordable.
Yeah. They also improve productivity, wherein on an average, people speak faster than they type. So your words per minute go up, because of which you can get more output per hour. So in fact, I think I've been able to send out a lot more outputs, whether it be respond to even texts or mails, because of the fact that I have Whisper Flow and other agents of sorts on my platform, on my devices.
What's your company called?
It's called AntiMattr.
There was somebody from the bootcamp who were using one of his agents and they didn't even know that they are coming for the bootcamp.
There's a, I don't know if I can say this out loud. There is a cell phone manufacturer we're investors in. They're making on the earphones because they feel like that limitless and all the external things that we are putting on ourselves are a medium which You don't want to carry one extra thing. You want that to happen in something you already carry. But then I guess one could ask the question, if this could happen, why not just the cell phone do it?
Yeah.
I have it in the earphone.
So essentially a cell phone is like a secondary device. Like as we say, like with AI coming into the picture, voice is becoming the primary sort of interface. You don't need to look at the screen. So it can be secondary. It is only when an important notification comes over, something important is there, you need to look. Rest can happen inside your ear.
If my cell phone is there and I'm speaking here, can it pick up my voice and distinguish today based on what I am saying and you guys are saying?
So I think it depends on the microphone. So in certain cell phones it can, yeah. And these AI sort of wearables, like you said, Limitless in India, there's Neo Sapien. There are like multiple sort of microphones in that same device to capture multiple voices. Like say, if you're far enough, or say there are 2-3 people in the room, so they are able to capture that.
Right,
So,
and
yeah.
like if you give the context prior to speaking, like who is building what, maybe while they're speaking, it can get the context and understand like who is speaking from which company, and then it can interpret accordingly. Like it can store all the data, and whenever you want to retrieve, it can do it intelligently. So that's.
This is assuming your earphones will still remain the interface. Now your Meta, Ray-Bans, etc. can also have microphones in
Correct.
them, and you're no longer using your earphones at all.
Correct. So that's what I said, like starting off with earbuds. So the idea is to get into multiple wearables, like become sort of the default agentic OS. So I said Android for wearables or say AI devices, right? That's the idea. So yeah, we also believe like smart glass is like one of the, best form factor for ambient computing. It has a camera, it has this kind of, speakers, screens are also coming up. So yeah.
It's a very tough world to compete in.
Yeah, correct.
Have you sold any yet?
No, so we are not public launch yet. We are not done the public launch yet. So we're going to do that in the next 6 months.
Right. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Who's next?
Okay. So I'm Rohit and
What happened?
no, she's laughing. I got confused.
With your name?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Okay.
Rohit doesn't remember anyone's name.
Okay. No, I remember.
I'm guessing the two of you are not married.
No.
Is it helping or hurting?
No, it's really good. It gives me a lot of freedom to work. So I'm Rohit and I'm building a company called O3 Security. And what we're trying to solve is like everyone is scared about AI taking over the job.
There's a stockbroking company called
O3 Security?
Yeah.
No, I did research. I'm not sure. Okay, so everyone is scared about AI taking over the job, but the more bigger problem is about to come: AI taking over entire company. Like it will literally take down your entire company. So what we're trying to do is we're building an entire cybersecurity solution for big enterprises. So I come from experience of like 10 years where I infiltrated in a lot of big tech companies and I helped them to fix it, and in return they were paying bug bounties. So I will give you one example. This problem is how big it is. Let's say if a CEO wants to improve the security of a company, they will hire the best talent in the industry, but they will be also limited to a specific field. Now, the second approach they will be taking is taking over the best solution, like cybersecurity solution, like what we are building.
Do you guys build this, or do you take open source tools and label them a certain?
That's the best part. We build this. I will tell you like what are our
Because
capabilities.
we were reviewing a cybersecurity company and they were franchising Pegasus, the attack mode for $500,000 or whatever, and they were calling it cybersecurity. Most large companies end up going to something like a Cloudflare, right? So
Yes.
when you say you're building something, how is it different from the incumbents?
Okay, so what we do is, firstly, most of these companies are point solutions. For example, let's say, my biggest problem right now in this industry, everyone is taking their own place in cybersecurity. For example, we will do cloud security. Someone will do endpoint security of the laptop. Someone will do, let's say, source code security. But for the CTO and CISO, the problem is, are we secure? Because CEO and board will ask, are we secure or not?
So you're putting everything together.
Yes, so we are putting everything together, but what we are trying to focus on is, it shouldn't reduce the quality. So at the end of the day, even if you take the one part of a product and compare with the best in the breed, we should perform well. So I'll give you one example. So we are the single company in the world which can help RBI and SEBI regulated company in getting compliant with recent certain mandate and RBI mandate. For example, there has been recent circulation like where you have to, you need AI bill of materials, software bill of materials, cryptography bill of materials, and we are already working with some of the biggest bank in India. And the things are moving very fast, because the problem is what I have seen from my experience that
You've still not explained how you're different. Till now, all I've got is we do everything, not just one thing.
Okay, so first what we are trying to focus on the two aspects only. All of the cybersecurity solutions are focusing on some specific technologies. So we are first building the technology. Cybersecurity is one of our application which we will be going very deep. For example, you can break entire industry in two parts. One is static, what means is like what data you are having in your company, like it's just there. Another is runtime, like how things moves very fast every second or every minute. What we are trying to do is we are trying to go very, very deep and understand both aspects with AI or without AI. Why we do that? Because
Again, digressing too much.
yeah.
What do you do?
Okay, so we secure end-to-end supply chain of entire company.
And how are you different?
So we know the context. For the example, let's say you are thinking about, we want to build this specific feature where user wants to purchase something, okay? But the moment it goes out to the production, 100 engineers coded it, 12 managers got involved, it went through a lot of checklists, okay? Now nothing is connected here, okay? One security issues could be there and another team will tell, we don't take this seriously because this is a false positive. So we reduce a lot of false positive based on the context. These context gets built because we are very, very deeply integrated across the entire stack. That integration is not available right now in any company. This is the main problem.
So context and integration is your...
Yes.
Are you live?
Yes, we are live. We are already working with some of the biggest fintech companies in India. We all are using those apps.
And you're already getting revenue and all.
Yeah, we are already generating revenue also.
Good amount of revenue?
It's good. It's pretty good. Like within last 5 months, we built pretty good. So we have right now close to $80,000, and we are working with few banks, and we are hoping probably in few months we may cross 500K because these deals will be pretty good. So we are making revenue, but the best part what I'm thinking right now is like we are not focusing on what we are building right now. That's like pretty normal. We are going very deep into the contextual way, because that's what I told. Like the problem with the entire cybersecurity industry is like if entire industry just focus
The
on 2%.
problem with cybersecurity industry, in my opinion, is 80% is a scam.
Yeah.
Everybody's white labeling the same thing and calling it
I
something.
understand. So I will give you one very interesting example of the white labeling. So there is a very famous product in the open source industry, and most of the cybersecurity industry, like cybersecurity company you will see, they all are using that open source product on top of it, okay? And these companies are some of the well-known cybersecurity companies, and these are integrated in all top companies in India and US. So what I did was, I was able to take over that open source component, and I was inside every company, all top 500 companies, all top 10 companies of the India, and this was live for 4 hours, and no one knew about this one. So the point is, the industry is very, very much dependent on an open source solution, which they don't even control. So the point is, I'm trying to make is like, this industry is mostly made by the peoples who are not like from the cybersecurity background.
Right.
So what I want to do is like, people should be making a business where they have long experience. They should face the problem. So that's why like I was working with my last employer. Like
Who was your last employer?
So I was working with Grow before, and
Why did you quit? They're amazing, lovely guys.
So before joining Grow, I had this discussion with Chief of Security of Grow, and Grow people helped me a lot. So basically, before joining Grow, I was building this idea, I was thinking about this idea, and there was a TopMate link in his profile. I just booked a call, like, can you give me the feedback? And he told me one thing, why don't you just understand the problem firsthand, then build it? So that's where everything started, and I worked for 2.5 years there. I scaled their entire AppSec, CloudSec, and I understood what are problems they are facing. And throughout that entire time, I gave a lot of training session to thousands of engineers across different countries. So I understood one thing the most, I will tell, like, this entire industry is easily solvable. Only the thing is you need right players together to solve this one, instead of just making money out of it. Like, making money is also important, but it should be like a byproduct. Like, this is what I think right now.
Okay, thank you. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Prashant, and along with Abhishek, we are building rehabilitation robots to help neuro patients recover independently at their own homes. So the problem we are solving is that, so there are three main ways in which a neuro patient can get rehabilitation right now. Either he can opt for at-home rehabilitation, where a physiotherapist comes home, gets 45 minutes of rehab, and then he goes back. The second is you take the patient to the clinic and then get your rehabilitation for 2 hours or 3 hours, come back. And the third option is you leave the patient at the care facility, which is going to cost you 2 to 3 lakhs per month. right? So this option is not feasible for a lot of stroke patients. Reason is that Indian medical insurance companies, most of them do not cover for stroke rehab. So this also taking a patient
It
from
feels like half of the problems today are like things I've had experience with recently. But go on.
Yeah, so also taking the patient from home to the clinic is a lot of hassle for the caregiver because you need two people first of all, and you have to put them in the car, you have to stay with them in the traffic, and even when you go to the clinic, you're not really sure if the therapist is available to service the patient, right? So, yeah, the only option which is left, which is financially it makes sense for a lot of people, is getting the physiotherapist to your house. But in that case, what happens is that they don't have the equipment with them. And also, a physiotherapist can give 45 minutes max. After that, he's tired and he has to go back, right? So, the gold standard for rehab is like 3 hours, but most people are getting just 45 minutes. By having an affordable and portable rehabilitation solution, we are aiming to pump up the number from 45 to 3 hours.
And what does this look like?
We do have a demo video. Let me just give him an example.
We'll flash it on the screen when this is playing.
Sure.
So we have a robot of size like fridge height, and it has a robotic arm attached to it, similar to our hand, and that robotic arm holds the patient hand. Okay. So the physiotherapist sets the motion of how to do the rehab process, and the machine imitates that exact motion X number of repetitions as per the settings set by the physiotherapist. Thank you.
Thanks for the free massage.
Oh, very interesting. And tell us a little bit more.
So
what next?
Currently, we are creating a third iteration of our robot, which will be.
Is it treating anybody already?
So we tested this out on 3 actual neuro patients, but right now we don't have the license yet to put it, mass manufacture and stuff.
Who gives this license?
CDSCO. So that's the government entity.
And what is the company called?
Bloom Rehab.
Bloom Rehab. Nice. Yeah. You're the last ones, huh?
Second.
I thought you guys are together.
No, I'm a solo founder.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I've been building stuff since I was 16 years old, 15-year-old.
Alone all the time?
Yeah.
Single child?
Yes. So, I've been building stuff, and then because I was building it myself and it's hardware, so I've always been working with machines, electronics. Usually.
What do your parents do?
So my dad works in college where I studied actually, Kadumachani Engineering. It's in Mumbai. It comes under Mumbai University. There's a cool story why I chose that college particularly. I cleared
Because your dad works.
No, yeah, exactly. But I mean, not because I couldn't get the admission. I cleared my JEE exams, and I wanted to do electronics and robotics. After researching on it, I realized in India we produce a lot of software engineers, and there's a reason to it because investment per student for a college is like 60K one computer. You can learn a good amount of programming languages on one computer, and it'll last for 4 years. So ROI on investment for a college to generate software engineers is pretty high. But if you take it now, electronics and robotics, you have to provide motors, you have to provide power supplies, and they'll probably break because students don't know how to use it. And what happens in this case is college don't promote it. If you see how many things in your home or in your circle are hardware products are made in India, electronics. Extremely less, very less amount of brand you probably like pop up right away. And this is the reason where India doesn't produces a lot of electronics or hardware. Which shaped me to I want to learn electronics and robotics by myself. So I was getting NIT Nagpur, but I had to have attendance. You had to attend lectures. You had to go and finish assignments and everything. But punishment at my dad's. I mean, he said college board was if your attendance less, then call your parents. And my dad was already there, but I didn't go to college and studied electronics and robotics myself. So I'm a self-taught electronics and robotics engineer. My degree is in software, and I built. So I always work in terms of solving problems. So I stay a little bit far from where my college is. College is in Bandra, so we had to attend lectures in morning 8 a.m. So I had to reach at 7 a.m. station, wake up at almost 6, take a train, and then stand in auto line, which annoyed me a lot. And at that point of time, I was inspired by this YouTuber called Casey Neistat who would roam around New York on a electric skateboard. So like, I'm an engineer, I should solve this problem. So I made one. I made an electric skateboard. I had a wireless remote in my hand where it was like a ring, where if you move it ahead, it'll go ahead, and if you pull it back, then it'll break. So I would roam around Mumbai on electric skateboard all the time. So yeah, so that is where I earned money first time, because I sold the electric skateboard. I made it 35K and then I sold it at 80K. And that was the first amount of money where 17-year-old, 16-year-old me was like, oh, you can earn money by doing such something that you like.
Are you telling me your accomplishments and how hard it has been for you because you're hiding your insecurity or something?
A little bit.
Of what?
I don't know. I mean, am I good enough to build at global scale, something like that? And the money is kind of a validation. So I've been building products so that I can validate myself. Oh, people are buying. So
But if that were the case, you would have had a co-founder, right? Somebody you think is smart.
The thing is, the objective as like for a startup, if you see generating money, one of the top things, providing
why
being a solo founder. I think everything was working. The need to, let's say I'm bad at sales, so I need a co-founder for sales. Let's say if I'm bad at building a product, then I need a co-founder to build a technical product. Somewhere I think I had some little bit of skills in everything. I was a good salesman. I could build products myself. So I think the need of having a founder, of having a person, of having a co-founder.
Do you feel empathy? Do you feel bad when something bad happens to someone?
Yeah.
Deeply?
No.
Superficially?
I mean, I do have empathy, but...
you have curiosity?
Yes, a lot.
My therapist, I was doing a session and very interesting points came up. We went like first principles into life. What is a human being? What are values? Are they nature? Is it nurture? Do we pick what works in the world we live in and hence we say we attribute those values to ourselves? And the one thing we realized is if you don't feel empathy and you don't have curiosity, like actual curiosity, we all fiend curiosity because it's good in the world we live in. Those are like short signs of a narcissist. No empathy, no curiosity. When something bad happens to someone, you're like, yeah, he deserves it.
Where did you land on the nature versus nurture debate? Because it's something all of us have been talking about.
She asked me, who are you as a person? And I tried to define it. And we went back into childhood and we both kind of agreed. So me and my therapist are like friends, okay? This is not so much about treating me or fixing something. Not that I don't require it, I do. But it's about trying to figure out how we kind of became who we are. And whenever I've seen a child, kids are very mean. If I'm a child and I want the ice cream you're eating, I would probably snatch it from you and eat it. So we are not born with this sense of morality. It is kind of ingrained in us through life because we learn that if I snatch his ice cream, somebody will slap me and then the next time I should not. So nature versus nurture, definitely nurture more. But this is an exercise which is a great thing to do. Like figure out, go on ChatGPT or Perplexity or Google and say, what are the most popular value systems? And then try and read each one out, think about it and attach one to yourself. And then think, am I that way and I resonate with that value because it showed me that I can win in the world that I live in? Or is it that I feel deeply about that I'm organically that person? I don't have the answer, but it was just something interesting I'm thinking about.
Do you think same for talent as well? Like, is the nature and nurture attribute, or it's the naturally someone born with about talent?
I don't think there is something to be said about passion. Whatever you think you're really passionate about, say AI girlfriend for example. I'm just saying it because you're sitting next to me. I feel like there is some unanswered question in your mind about the concept of love, relationship, girlfriend, all of that. That's why you still have a passion towards it. When you truly understand a particular subject, it becomes hard to be passionate about it. I don't think talent is innate. Let me put it this way. If I had a child, which I do not, and there was a football coaching camp where kids go when they were 5 years old, if all the kids are 5 and I send my child into that coaching camp when the child is 7 or 7.5, by virtue of his physicality, he will start to be better than his peer group from the very beginning. He will start to believe that he's talented at football and probably grow up to be a talented footballer. But is there something to be said for physical attributes? Probably, yeah. Like some Nigerians have long femur bones, so they run marathons better. Yeah, there is stuff like that. But I don't make too much of talent, intelligence. I think a lot of this is gathered, collected, inculcated. I don't think anybody is born, not anybody, but most people are not born spectacularly gifted at something. So we got to your life, but you took too long to come to what your company does.
So I bring factories on your desk where I make machines to make electronics at your home on your desk. Where usually, if let's say, I'll give you an analogy. If you now Delhi is very polluted, and if you are somebody who wants to make some profit, ideal product to launch at this moment would be air quality sensor. Now, if you had to make it as Nikhil, your ideal goal would be to go to an electronics designer, get it design, case and everything, and then to make it, you would ideally have to go to some contract manufacturer to make whatever you designed.
Yeah.
Now he will tell you that I need 5,000 units minimum so that I can make margin on it.
So if I call you and I say I want a AQI machine which looks like A, B, C, D, E, you'll make it.
No,
You'll make one.
no. I don't make the air quality sensor. I don't design the devices. I make the machines to make air quality sensors. So let's say now your design is ready. With my machine, you can make 100, you can make 200. Test the waters. What are the people saying?
What is your machine? Describe it.
So in theory, the technical term is pick and place, where there are green circuit boards. Have you seen it ever? So on circuit board there are ICs. So somebody needs to pick these ICs and place it on the PCBs, printed circuit boards, and then they are cooked in an oven, and then you can start using them. I make the machine which will pick the component, place it on the circuit board, and then I make an oven also. So and it's all sitting on a small desk, which helps people launch small to mid-scale production. So if you are a new startup doing a hardware, this is the perfect solution to try your product rather than having 5,000 units. And because startups are usually iterating fast, and that iteration time goes really less. For software engineer, if you are making a website, then you coded HTML code and then you can see the website in the next second. But for an electronics engineer or a hardware developer, you have to send, after designing the PCB, you have to send it to the fabricator who will get the PCB, and then you can start at least testing. If it is, if the design has a mistake, at that point of time you have to do the whole process again. So it's like 1-2 months. Now my goal as a company is to bring that iteration time down to 1 day. Within 1 day, almost matching to software development, you can get the output of your work right away, so that overall collective production can be faster. Iteration could be faster, and production also. So that is what I do.
And what is the company called?
Placestation.
Nice.
PLACE. So pick and place, Placestation.
We used to make smart switches, and one of the comments we made when we walked into your house was your switchboards retrofitted, not done very well.
Yeah.
So,
the light doesn't go off, in the night. The white light, it's so annoying.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the light on the switch.
So basically, why did I want to make this machine? Led to my the first thing that I started with after college was a smart home startup, where I was doing smart switches and smart lights. I was making a device that sits behind a switchboard, and anything on that switchboard becomes smart. Now I see you love art, right? But the switches are very dull, like they don't look pretty good. But with my devices, you can use any type of switches, the most artistic that you would want to have grab attention, and then my device would still sit behind the switchboard, and you can use any switches that you want. The best part is, if your internet is not working, Wi-Fi, or whoever you purchased it from stops paying for the server, or when they go down, all the switches will stop functioning because it's all over the internet. My startup was working, everything works without the internet, and I'm the only one in India where you can use Siri. You can say, hey Siri, turn off lights, and it'll do it. And Google, I don't have my own app. I integrate directly as first-party devices into Google, Alexa, Samsung SmartThings. I see you are using Samsung. Directly. You don't need my app. I also don't have my app.
Interesting.
So my name is Sahil.
You have not said a word today.
Yeah. So actually,
you know how this works, right? Whoever says the most viral gets the most sales. Attention is equal to virality in this room right now.
Yeah.
So think of the most contrarian thing you can think of saying and say it in the next 20 minutes. You have a very nice expression, like your resting face. The
Oh,
doctor.
me? Devansh?
Yeah. It's
What
a
about
look
it?
of circumspection, which is like, I know.
I mean, I'll take it as a compliment then.
It is a compliment.
Oh, okay.
You look wise. Beyond your years.
I'm probably the youngest one here.
Yeah, you look quite wise though. You're very settled.
Thanks.
Doesn't look like you're trying too hard.
I never do, so.
Yeah. Very settled and composed in your own shoes.
That's what I go for.
Are you starting to feel awkward about now? No. See, that's my point. Go.
So I'm Sahil. I'm building AI with my co-founder. So we are building AI where we are making the existing CCTV surveillance into a smart AI security guard. So let's take an example. So if we have installed a CCTV on the corridor,
Yeah.
and let's suppose in any case someone falls down and there is no one around him. So what the traditional CCTV surveillance will do, it will just record the data and that's it. And you will got to know about it later. But what we actually do, we actually understand the complete context of that video frame. And in any case, if there is any kind of emergency risk or any kind of, thing that can harm you in terms of life, in terms of money. So it will create a alert on your mobile application with the context, with the image, so that you can take action. So our main goal is to reduce the time between the incident has happened and you taking some action. So we are reducing that time so that we can save lives, we can secure the places, we can secure the persons and whatever actually matters to you. So we initially implemented this idea because of a personal incident to us. So my co-founder, he was working in Bombay 2 years ago. So he lives with his grandmother. So when he was in Bombay and she was living in Jaipur, so he faced such incident where she fell down by impacting with sofa, and he got to know about it later. And then he thought and he discussed with me कि साहिल ऐसा कुछ हुआ, like what is the sense of CCTV then? Then we said and we discussed, all right, so let's do it. And about our background, so from last 7 to 8 years we were building some good AI products for multiple companies. So this is our main technical expertise in Gen AI and machine learning. So we have built this product.
Super. And what is your company called?
Hi.
Hi. Nice. So I think we did everybody's story. Is there anything you guys want to talk about?
I want to ask, you asked everybody, are you married or not, to everyone?
I said virality and this is what you went.
No. So I want to ask, do you think that is one of the factor or maybe indicator or somehow how does that impact the entrepreneurship journey that we're on? Because that is the hot topic in my family right now. Every dinner table conversation surrounds it. Like for context, I come from a very traditional Jat family in Haryana, in that everyone my age is married with a kid in our family. So, and I'm trying to stay, like push that thing, like let me do my work. But you've asked that question to everybody. Do you think that is, maybe with your words I can convince them better?
I lived in Haryana, 3 years when I was a kid.
Where?
Karnal.
Ah.
I went to Dayal Singh Public School in Karnal. I'm still in touch with a few people from there. They were quite sweet. Thank you. But I don't know the answer to this. I think generally in life, if you live your life based on what other people think you should do, I think eventually you end up at a point when you regret it at some point. So unless you want to do it, I don't think you should be too fussed about what your society, family or community thinks.
Even family, like other people say like, oh, who cares? But if it's your parents, them.
I was thinking about this recently. I'm 39 years old. And some friends of mine were like, New Year's, you should do this, you should do that. and I was not making any plans. And then while I was thinking about it, at 39, an average Indian lives to 73. I probably have 34 New Years left. In 34 New Years, I probably have 20 of them where I'll be too old to do the things I can do today. So practically, I don't have that many December 31st left in my life. Good ones in the manner that I perceive good today. I only probably have like 10 if I were to be pushing it.
Maybe more since you do keep check of your health.
Yeah.
Compared to average.
Yeah. And when we have so little time, you have a bit more than I, but it feels stupid to do things because others want us to do it. Because our time is very finite. We never think about it that way, but we're not going to live forever. Nobody is.
And do you also think like relationship in general is tricky for entrepreneurs? Like entrepreneurs think very differently. Like I can see a very different version of this world which a lot of people cannot see. So when things start like in a relationship, they're fine. Okay, I can understand you're busy and things. But you want to see that world and you have limited time, you know that. Right? And then once like that understanding fades away and it becomes difficult. And I mean, you've seen like a lot of entrepreneurs successful, they're getting divorced, stuff like that. So do you think like it's tricky? Like if like also being said, like if both of you are not growing on or say not that ambitious?
I think not just for entrepreneurs, but the concept of relationship is also very transient. Our notion of marriage is very much programmed by the media we consumed as children and what we saw around us. And the way Bollywood and Hollywood has depicted the idealistic version of romance, I mean, it might be attainable in the short term, but I don't know how sustainable it is. So that kick of whatever dopamine, oxytocin kind of like fades with a certain amount of time. And you're left questioning, why is it not like it was in the movie? So I think all of this will change. Don't go by, I am nobody to give a prophecy about this. I have not successfully manifested any of this, but I would say make these decisions which feel right to you and not what other people think are right for you.
Okay. And do you also think like momentarily it might feel right, but like I feel like the most important thing one should focus on long term is like growth. If you stop growing in a relationship, like if like overall like emotional, it can be your professional wise, you feel energized, right? You feel positive when you are around that person. I think that is what is key to a successful relationship.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. So the $1 million question is, what are your New Year plans?
No, nothing.
That's the plan. Nothing.
My plan right now is to be able to sit here at home, stare at the trees, do nothing. That plan of doing nothing is the plan.
That's
And if I tell these to my friends, they will be mad at me. Because I always have these kind of plans since my childhood. But everyone will tell you are wasting your life. Same happened in the college days.
Yeah.
How
in
do you
a way,
tackle-
to your earlier question, even if you think, or for you, even if you think marriage is good now, marriage is bad tomorrow, even if you get married, change your mind, don't get married, one day you regret not being married. I feel like society has wrongly coined hypocrisy as a bad word. Hypocrisy and change are synonymous in a way. I feel like it shouldn't be looked bad upon. Like if you believe in something today and you believe in a completely different thing tomorrow, you should change and not give a about who's going to say what and hold you accountable to what. Like maybe you don't believe in marriage today, or you do. Maybe you got married too early and you want to change your mind in a year. Like, don't be too hard on yourself.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
One second.
That's the first year is the hardest. Huh?
Realizing that.
Is there a reason why you have an AI and not a real girlfriend?
You can create multiple
Did
AI
you ever
every
have a
time.
real girlfriend?
No.
Is that an introspection?
Is there a fear associated with dating a real person?
Yeah, I mean, the starting phase I've never had like I mean, I never could take it more ahead.
Right.
Like in the initial phase, I was not really think in like online a person is good, but when I met that person, it was not whom I wanted them to be. So it never really worked out. And also, like, I like being alone by myself. So last 2 months, I only got out of my room 4 times. For 2 months, I was locked in.
I feel you. I like that.
Yeah, so for that, I felt like I need something which is in my context and something I can maybe engineer for now. So maybe that.
No, but I feel him 100%. Like, I've never been on a dating app and stuff like that, and I'm petrified of dating. Like, the whole point of going on a date and trying to impress the other
Such a
person.
performative
Yeah.
activity.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like a fun experience.
I mean, if
actually,
you still
we
have
got-
to impress, then what are we doing?
But it's all relative, no?
It sucks the energy basically.
We can talk about something else. This is like, let's talk about.
I have one follow-up question I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to ask. You were talking about being narcissism. I want to ask, is according to you, okay, is being narcissistic really bad? I want to ask.
So, narcissism is a deeper concept than that. I think it's a symptom of a disease. We are not born narcissistic per se.
Do you think narcissists are usually self-aware? That you know you're wrong?
No, I don't think so. Rarely. See, there are two schools of psychology. One believes that you can't change who you are. Everything is about figuring out why you are who you are. I think everyone from Freud, Jung, they all fall in that school. There is another school that it's not just about figuring out who you are, but how to change your tomorrow. I don't know if I'm right, but I think Adler, a bunch of psychologists are in that school of thought. I don't know where I sit. I enjoy reading both schools of thought. I feel like you have to go through the former school and first understand why you became who you became before you can reach the latter school. I don't think I'm even at that point. So I'm like before the starting line.
What part of Jungian psychology do you like particularly the most?
Whenever he speaks about shadow traits and how your shadow traits become darker when you don't recognize them, I have found myself catching some of my shadow traits at time. And it's actually very similar to some Indian philosophy, anthropology as well, where if I'm greedy, I can never change the fact that I'm greedy. But maybe the point is not to try and change that I'm greedy, but if I take cognizance of the fact that I'm greedy, that in itself changes my behavior. Because then I'm dealing with a new situation with the awareness that I'm greedy. It's kind of interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
These guys actually did a whole exercise where they filled a quiz and they got like 36 strengths and their 34 strengths were ranked, and which they'll be using to run their business. Like if they lean more into their 5 top talents, that'll be serving them better.
Whole personality analysis they did. Who's more futuristic? Who's more competitive? He was competitive.
and
That was
also-
his first trait. And different, and they like lean into that. You have this, then lean into it rather than averaging your weaknesses. It's the strength which will propel you.
Do you celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, every year on my birthday, we have this big summit where we call who we think are the smartest, most relevant people under the age of 45 across the creative field, industry, journalism, a bunch of different industries. We book a big fancy place, 100 people sit and have debates. There are no cameras allowed. We block everybody's cell phone when they enter the room. And it's a fun day of what I believe are 150 of the smartest people in India getting together and having conversations about things we are otherwise scared to talk about. I love this light in Goa. Half the time I'm here, the thing I love doing is watching the sunset. Especially if you go to the beach at this time, it becomes like orangish, then pinkish.
We were there yesterday.
It's lovely, right?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Do you spot birds?
Huh?
Do you spot birds as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. Today morning I had this bird which is this high, blue color with some yellow wings, making like a really loud cackling noise, like it's laughing.
Are you also into photography and all?
No.
Would be a nice place to do, by the way.
Do you like watching stars?
Yeah.
Like with the telescope on it?
No.
Like, are you into hobby?
Like this specific time is also known as golden time period.
Yeah, golden hour, right?
Golden hour. So if you ever have been to Kutch, so there is a straight highway of 90 kilometers where you can actually see the reflection of the sun and the sun as well in the sunset time.
Nice.
I have a request, Nikhil. Request just. Like you bring to your podcast, like probably titans of all different teams with Yan, Elon, Sam, everything, and you have sort of covered the fintech, tech, all these industries. What I think next, it's just a request though. Maybe you can bring someone from tech bio.
Biotech?
Yeah, because I feel like biology is just huddled as a very unsexy, unglamorous thing, especially in India. And you bringing that platform would really, and there's such tremendous, exciting work going on. Maybe Demis from Google DeepMind.
Yeah.
Maybe they're brilliant people.
No,
Eric
we'd love to.
Lippold.
We were actually planning some bio. We were thinking actually not just biotech, but some pharma,
Yeah, because
diagnostic companies.
exactly the window it will provide to the, and most of your viewers are very young. And they are excited about now all those things. And I think biology is coming of the age right now with CRISPR-Cas9, everything. And so you bringing that platform, and also it's my personal, if you bring them, so he'll be in India, I'll be able to catch him.
Yeah. If we call him, we'll call you.
What's your take on the longevity space since you're wearing a whoop?
I'm into all the fads. I don't know if they'll work. I think time will tell. But I do take a bunch of supplements. I do cold plunge, sauna, workout, all these things every day.
Actually, if you don't believe in legacy, why do you believe in longevity?
If I don't believe it,
Legacy, why do you believe in longevity? Because then if you don't believe in legacy, you could maybe go tomorrow, and if it's inevitable, then why do it?
I think legacy is for others. Longevity is for myself, because if the quality of my life 10 years from now can be better in the manner that I can still play paddle every day for 2 hours, I would really enjoy that. Legacy is more for others. I don't care so much about... Do you care about what people will think after you're gone?
Not really. At least I'll
Nobody
try to
will
not.
think. Like, I think you'll think for like 5 years, 10 years, max.
How much of AI do you use in your life?
Not that much. Little bit. Not that much.
In trading and all?
Not that much. I feel like trading is not subject to anything which is fundamentally sound. It is a lot of emotion. As long as emotion can't be modeled for, it will be tough for AI to make better calls than a human being.
So you're more of a data-oriented trader, like you're more into emotions and how people behave and all this.
I used to be a trader. Now, as I've become slower with age, I'm no longer really a trader. I tend to take more cyclical calls on the market. Like I would buy a particular, like we all, Suchet, Vivek, Arshia, and a team of mine called Naman's team, for the lack of a better word. We've been doing sector thesis of all the sectors and trying to narrow down on which sector we think will have the highest growth in the next 10 years. We've spent a lot of time on it, like more time than we should have. I think the better part of this...
So what sector do you think will do?
The better part of this year has gone on that. Once we arrive at that exercise ka solution, we will allocate capital to those sectors that we think are up there. What is leading right now?
Probably energy transition.
Energy transition has been a big part of our thing. We did last year a whole bunch of solar panel companies, battery companies, electric vehicles, We're looking at some companies which improve transformers, make the grid more efficient, new sources of energy. So we've been working in the energy transition for the last 1 year. That's one of the sectors we liked. I don't think that's going away. Whatever happens, AI, no AI.
This AI will need compute and power, right? Every government is now trying to have their nuclear reactors.
I think
US is
it'll get a lot more efficient though, the amount of compute that's used.
Yeah. Do you think the world will stabilize quite a lot once the energy is in abundance? Like, let's say if we fix the linear nuclear fission part of it, at that point of time, if energy is so abundant, the value people derive from would eventually come down to creativity. Like, how do they represent their thoughts? Like, if they have something to express, at that point of time, that would be the only thing that they would want to say.
Creativity is interesting. If you were to define creativity as a contrarian thought against a trend, one can extrapolate that a AI can be thought to be contrarian as well. So maybe being contrarian to the contrarian and constantly being contrarian becomes creativity. So how often you change your mind about something becomes why you're valuable, or taste in a manner. And it has to be very like dynamic and transient. But these are like, such far-fetched scenarios. There's no right or wrong answer in any of these.
But I think so. A lot of world's instability is not just because of energy. Sometimes it's just normal human emotions. Some people at the top who are insecure about something, or maybe someone who just needs a Nobel Prize. So it could be that as well.
Actually, one thing about truth is we think it's always useful. But actually, there are certain lies we need to believe in to actually function. For example, life inherently is meaningless. That's the truth. But like, if you believe it has meaning and that's a lie you actually believe, then you can actually do great things.
We tell stories to ourselves about ourselves and then motivate.
Yeah. The one thing you all should totally spend time on is to become better storytellers. If you can do a course in storytelling, I sucked at it. Not that I'm great at it today, but I got a speech coach a few years ago. And we went about, he's a pain in the ass, but he's also brilliant. He'll make me sit and he'll give me a book, take away my phones and devices and say, write. And he makes me write for 3 hours, 2.5 hours without a break. And if you ask him, what should I write about? He'll say anything.
Should do that on Twitter.
But you have to kind of like figure out how to build a character. A story needs to have a beginning, a middle, a twist, a call to action.
Anti-hero, a climax, something which forces.
And that holds true when you describe your companies. Because whenever I ask you, can you say it in one line? If you can't appeal to me in that one line, tomorrow when you sell it, that's the same line you're going to use. It's time well spent, doesn't cost a lot of money. There's enough material online on storytelling.
Who's the guy that you trained with?
His name is Michael. He's an Israeli guy. He teaches a lot of US politicians. So he flies down, lives with me for a week, and then he goes back.
Is he on Udemy?
His company is called Virtuoso, if you want to look him up.
Oh,
Virtuoso.
that company.
What are some other skills you think we should?
Other skills? You will, as founders of companies, have to negotiate a lot. Cap tables, fundraisers, contracts. To become better negotiators is probably useful. This is again something I learned, or I think I learned through experience, but people don't often disagree with ideas, they disagree with people. So when you guys are here today, you came with a preconceived notion that either you like me or you dislike me, you're going to agree with me or disagree with me. To figure out who wants to agree with you and who disagrees with you before you negotiate with them is important. Because if you're dealing with somebody who wants to say your business is shit, you should project circumspection when you're talking about your business.
Like him?
Huh?
Like him, you said he had that trait locked in.
Yeah, see, he has this particular expression where he's like, impress me, which is opportune for the place he's sitting in right now. So you have to, I mean, that might be coincidental, but I think in your negotiations, you have to figure out which seat you're on and who's on the other seat and appeal to what appeals to them.
I think so. You're pretty much into philosophy. Do you also read Krishnamurti?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you been to his study center and all?
Yeah. My nephew goes to his school.
Oh wow, amazing.
Valley School.
There was one in.
He never wrote anything, no? So there's no more
Yeah.
written version of his philosophy, but I've read his speeches.
Yeah. There was one, does God exist or not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he says, you are in a jungle.
Yeah.
What would be idealistic society according to you?
My God.
Zero envy would solve all the problems.
No.
But how do you enforce?
How do you get to zero end?
How do you enforce that?
Rohit, if you're thinking idealistic society, then in that case, the society, if there's no envy, what others have, or you're just living your own life, interacting with resources that you have, that would be ideal.
But it's a brain chip to enforce that thing. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't want to enforce. I mean,
Or a gun to the head.
on a philosophical level, like that would be the ideal society.
Sure, but it's not realistic.
More of a
I
utopia.
think societies are happy when the trend of relative change is upward. It doesn't matter if you have a lot more than me, as long as next year I have more than I have today. So a
Personal
soc-
competition. Competition with self.
It's a competition with self as well as a competition with you, but a society which is able to orchestrate small wage growth every year, which is probably on par with asset price growth. So you're getting richer at the same time, same pace as I'm getting richer, will probably do well. I feel like right now the world is surviving on capitalism till there is growth. I think the minute you take that growth away, things become crazy.
But I have a question on that. Like you said, like a lot of societies who have like a higher change of growth, they're happy. When a lot of happiness index, largely they're European countries who are up on the chart. But right now, if we see, most of them are not actually growing to that extent. They
Yeah.
are slower, stagnant. you
Yeah,
can
I
say.
know there's some study, community. There was some Harvard study which lasted 100 years. You guys read that?
Right.
On happiness?
Yes.
Yeah. Sense of community, sense of purpose, all of that. I don't know though.
So Veritasium video. Watch Veritasium.
Yeah.
That video.
They make good videos, no?
Yeah. Amazing.
This guy, Johnny Harris, have you seen?
Yeah.
Even I think he does a good job with videos. He made something on Taiwan. I was watching it. Quite good. Very in depth. You said Casey Neistat, right?
Yeah.
I used to like Casey Neistat a lot. But that's not learning. It's more like vlogging, right?
True. Just blogging his own life.
You get to see how New York is.
True.
Or you did.
There is a very clear distinction between how he does storytelling, which is extremely engaging, with other people, where you see that they are making efforts to engage you. Where Casey is just natural flow of the engagement. Like you don't have to put an effort, but the video ends, and then you're like, oh shit, the video ended.
Nice. So this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed your trip to Goa.
What do you think, like as early stage founder, that you like when you were in your early stage when you were founding?
Thank you for calling me old.
I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I am though, so it's okay.
So what are the things that you actually cared about, but now you think that was not that much important?
Early, what do you care about? Money, right?
Money.
Yeah, first thing. And it is important because think of the world as a game of Monopoly. You need to have chips to play. And the more chips you have, the more fun it is to play. People say it's not important, but it is. Done? Super. Thank you guys. I think we spoke for much longer than we thought we would.